Dear community, about a week ago we asked you what do you want to know from a CEO regarding an inaugural flight or Beijing. We are now in Beijing, had a very pleasant inaugural flight this morning and will now ask the questions to our CEO, Hohmeister. Florian K. wants to know how many and what kind of new jobs are created at the destination airport through the launch of a new long-haul route like Zurich-Beijing. How many administrative jobs are created?
There are not just administrative jobs which are created, so just for the flight crew in itself we need something like 120 to 130 people on board of the aircraft, and I would say something like further 30 people, for example in maintenance and in administration. So in administration it might be a handful of jobs. So the main part of the jobs is really in operation, maintenance, flight operation and of course cabin crew.
Why has Swiss introduced service to Beijing now, just when Hainan Airlines has begun operating a Beijing-Zurich route, where there are no other attractive destinations where Swiss could maybe fly without competing against rival airlines?
I think it's not so much about competition, it's more about our own strategy. So we have created our own China strategy somehow 3 years ago. We decided to open up in 2008 then Shanghai, and it was clear that within the next years then Beijing would follow and should follow. So it's completely independent from any competitor's move, and the Chinese market is a very important market for the future, not just of Swiss but also of Switzerland, and therefore I think it's absolutely the right decision to do it now.
Why are the slots to Beijing allocated by the Chinese government so inconvenient?
It simply has to do with the capacity available at the airport. So the Beijing airport is quite full, and of course there only can be slots allocated where free time is available. So the only free time available was right now early in the morning, but we are working on that, and we hope to receive better slots in the next schedule period. And it's really a continuous process. We are working on that.
What are the brand's economics behind entering China so late? And given the strong demand in India, is the airline considering opening up new destinations in India?
So far for the next 12 to 24 months I can say we are not planning to open up a new destination in India, but of course also India is a growing market, so never say never. And the late opening of Beijing simply has to do with the market conditions. For us the priority to open up Shanghai was a higher priority due to the fact that Shanghai is really a business market, a business travel market, whereas Beijing is more a political orientated, political driven market, and therefore Shanghai was of higher priority than Beijing was.
And when Swiss stopped flying to Singapore, Swiss said it was only temporary. 4 years later, we are still waiting. When will Swiss finally return to Singapore?
I don't know. We still have to wait, because it's a question also of aircraft availability. With the A340-300 we do not have the ideal aircraft to operate to Singapore. Therefore it is really a question which has to be answered, and this is what will be the successor aircraft of the A340-300. And if we know when the successor aircraft of the A340-300 will come, I think then we can do the next step to think starting Singapore.
Harry Hohmeister, Ignazi asked, what requirements are there for a new route to be analyzed and finally approved as a new Swiss destination?
Oh, this is a quite ambitious process, depending on the situation of the aircraft is available or not. So in the case of Beijing, the aircraft was not available, which means that we had to order an aircraft at Airbus Industries, the manufacturer, which has a lead time of 2 to 3 years. So we were investigating this already during 2008 and 2009, coming to the conclusion that we wanted to fly to Beijing, and then it's going through the approval process, through our management board, through our board of directors meeting, through the Lufthansa administration process, and also to the Lufthansa supervisory board, because it has to do with the order of, in this case, 2 A330-300, which is an amount of 300 million Swiss francs. And if this is finalized, then the operational part of the business can start, which means sales preparation, preparation of the marketing activities, and don't forget also preparation of the operational process, which is pilot training, which is cabin crew training, and also pilot training has a lead time of 2 years. So all of this is a 2 to 3 years project.
And how does Swiss intend to grow in the medium to long term? Will it acquire new and bigger aircraft? Will it add service to destinations in Europe and overseas?
Yes, yes, and yes. So all of this is true, but of course I cannot say any concrete projects here. We are investigating new aircraft, especially in the Intercon fleet. We are investigating also new destinations, not just on the intercontinental destinations, but also in Europe. But as always, it's a step-by-step approach, and the next news on this will be somehow in summer 2012.
And the last question came from Dinflip. Would Swiss invest in suborbital operation as KLM has done with Space Expedition Curaçao?
I don't think that we are able to do this, because we need our money, which we want to invest for our core activities. So we have an investment plan for the next 3 years of 2.5 billion Swiss francs. This we have to earn, and I think it's more important for us to focus on the core business, and this is flying passengers and cargo, than doing some things where we never know if we make money out of this, because we are not too rich in this industry.
Thank you very much.